around her mouth. Like, she hated me trying to get around her mouth. So, what the hell is this thing running on the road? You see that? Is that a cat? Whoa, where'd it go? Did you guys see that? What the hell was that? Anyways, but yeah, she like was not happy about me being around her mouth. So I had to kind of put my finger in her mouth because she didn't understand, like, I wanted her to open it. I had to put my finger in her mouth, and once she opened it, I'd stop and keep doing that over and over until like she opened her mouth and whatever. And then I put it on, and of course she like chomped it and tried to spit it out and whatever, but I just kind of let her get used to it. So I'll probably do that again today. I'll probably try and actually like cinch the saddle up. I put the saddle and the pad like on her back, but I didn't strap it down, so I might try and do that today. Her owner said that they've done that before, like at least 3 times, so I assume she should be okay with it, but who knows. She's a little pain in the you-know-what, so I'm gonna go over to Otis's now quick for a little bit, and then I will go there. So the water buckets always get super gross. As you can see, like there's dead bugs and like oats, like their grain gets like stuck in the bottom here, and Calypso gets like this powder, like growth formula stuff in her water, so it all like sticks to her lips and then gets stuck at the bottom. And there's like, yeah, like all that, and it like rots at the bottom of the water buckets, and they smell awful, and they probably taste terrible. So usually when I'm here, every like 3 or 4 days, I'll dump them all out and clean them if they need it. Hers usually needs it. But let's see if I can do this one-handed. Phew, it smells so bad. I wish you guys could smell this. I'll just rinse them out and get all the nasty crap out and put them back in, and then I'll refill them like that. So yeah, Starburst probably could be dumped. Starburst usually looks pretty good. with Calypso, as you guys saw, but I must have not hit record hard enough on the camera because I got none of what I did with her. But I basically just did a little halter work here and there and some ground driving. She's doing fine on all that stuff. And then Chloe did good. As you guys could see, I double patted her. I wanted to see if that would help a little bit because I think her little like bucking squealy fits are maybe from the saddle not fitting well, because it's obvious her saddle does not fit very well. I'm actually borrowing that saddle. It's not mine because I figured like for a project horse I didn't want to go buy one. So I'm thinking if I can't find anything else to work or to make it fit better to where it's not causing her pain, I might just have to go find a different one and buy one. But yeah, so I double patted her because I think the front area is too big. That's why the back sticks up, because I think it kind of drops down. So I wanted to double pat it to see if that would make it wider, make it fit a little better. I think it helped a little bit. Like it didn't drop down so far, but the back still did stick up a bit. So I'll try it, see how she does with it. If it's still causing her pain, then I'll just try something else. But I figured maybe a little more padding will help, like when I sit on her, it'll help, you know, cushion it more. But yeah, other than that, I just ground drove her, and you could see her stop. Like when I stopped her, she hasn't quite mastered the stop yet. She doesn't understand what I want because she wants to turn around and look at me. And she also, like when I drive her, she constantly wants to like look back at me because I'm following her, and she constantly wants to like keep an eye on me back there. So she's going all over the place because her head isn't straight. But she's getting there. I ordered her a little hackamore, so hopefully that'll help, because I know the halter is kind of hard to give good direction. So hopefully that will be a little bit better. I'm just letting her eat a little grass for a few minutes before I start working with her. Hey dude. So I'm gonna try and put the saddle on today. I'm not gonna tighten it super tight, but hopefully just to get it on there will be nice. And we'll go from there. strapped down with somebody on her, being led around at least 3 times. So it must just have been a while, like, since she's done that. I mean, she was spooky. Kind of the sound of, like, the Latigo is nylon, so that kind of, like, sound, like, it makes when you pull it, you know, that kind of was, like, freaking her out. She didn't understand what that sound was. You know, she was a little bit nervous when I started to tighten it up. You might be able to see in the video, she kind of started to, like, back away, and then I kind of just petted her, said it was okay, and she relaxed a little bit nervous going while we were lunging. I wanted her to trot, and then she'd kind of be like, okay, I don't know how to do this. And I think I had the Latigo kind of put up in the keeper, so it was flapping and kind of just freaking her out a little. But nothing bad. I mean, she didn't freak out or buck or anything. I know the saddle was kind of crooked and whatever, but I just kind of wanted to get it on and see how she did. But it was all pretty good. I think just lunging her with it, letting her get used to the feel of it and everything like that in a few sessions, I think we'll be pretty set, and then I'll start putting weight on her and stuff like that. But I was just taking it slow. Didn't do a super long session today or anything. And with a horse like her that's really green, I don't like to start putting on like hard, long sessions until, you know, after a couple weeks or so. Because right now this is kind of just a lot for her already. You know, she's really relaxed and stuff, but I don't want to like push her really hard, you know, until she's used to being worked every day. But yeah, tomorrow I'll probably do that same thing, and then I'll probably put the bridle on her again, let her chomp on that for a little while and get used to that. And yeah, so I think she did pretty solid. You know what I love seeing? I love seeing old people walking. Like when I'm driving down the street. Like, I live in a smaller town, so like I see old people walking up and down the sidewalk all the time, and I love seeing that. I love it. Like, some old people, like, even though they're in perfectly good health, I don't know, I just get the vibe that like they just don't do anything just because they're old. Like, they feel sorry for themselves because they're old, they don't do anything. Speaking from, you know, people I know, but you know, not all of them are like that, obviously. But I love just seeing like old, even like there's this one really old lady, I don't know her, but I see her walking up and down the sidewalk all the time, and even though she like struggles, you can tell like she's got to stop for a break sometimes, and she's going really slow, but she's getting out there and she's making it work anyways. And I love seeing that. I love seeing like old people being dedicated and determined. Like, even though they're old, they're slow, they can't move very well, they're gonna get out and go for a walk anyways. Isn't that nice? You know, I wish more people were motivated like that. Even in the horse world, you know? Like, there was this horse at the ranch that I used to work at, and most of the time, like, the old horses that are really slow and can't really keep up, they go in the back barn, which the back barn is basically all the old horses that, you know, are slower or they have some injury, they can't keep up with the herd. So while the rest of the herd goes out, in the pasture, the back barn herd kind of gets the smaller pasture, and they're kind of, you know, just a slower herd. But there was this one Appaloosa horse that he was old and slow. He wasn't used for camp anymore, but he was pissed if he didn't get to go out with the herd. Like, he would sit in there and whinny until he got to go out with the herd. And even like at the end of the camp week, when the girls would like do their little skit on their horses for the parents, he would sit out there and whinny when they did the show. Like, he wanted to be out there with the herd. He didn't care if he was old or slow or couldn't keep up with them. He was out there with the herd. And I love that. I love like seeing old people so determined. Because I feel like when people get old, you know, a lot of people get depressed and stuff like that. Like, it's just nice seeing them like that. Anyways, I'm making myself a cup of coffee because it is never too late in the day to have a cup of coffee. Come on. Come on. Okay. By the way, these are super good. If any of you guys are, you know, vegan or something. I'm not vegan, but I'm vegetarian, but these things taste exactly like regular creamer. And I'm gonna overflow my cup. Anyways, if you don't care about my chit-chatting, I'm just sitting at home now. I'm not doing anything else the rest of the day. I might answer some of your guys' questions though, if you guys want to stick around for that. Otherwise, you can click off this video. I'm not doing any other horse stuff today. But yeah, so I'll pull up some of your guys' questions. Can you okay? Hopefully you can. I'm just gonna go through some of your guys' comments. Okay, I saw this little comment on my video about teaching a horse to lunge, and somebody commented, it's good to see someone who's okay with being just a little enough rough, not like these people who let their horses walk all over them. And I replied to her because I'm so happy somebody finally said that, because I get so many like people in the horse world who are like, oh my god, you can't hit your horse, like that's abuse, you can't do that, like you should never hit a horse. And oh my god, I'm always like, that's why your horse pushes you over and steps on you all the time and pulls you around and whatnot, because you don't discipline your horse. Like I don't abuse my horses by any means. I do not smack them and smack them and smack them over and over just for no reason. Like if I'm hitting my horse with a whip, and by the way, I never actually like hit a horse with a whip. Usually it's just little flicks, or if, you know, the horse isn't listening, I'll give him a little whack. But I've never like seriously like hit my horse with all my strength with a whip. But God, I've dealt with so many horses that just walk all over you, they push into you, they don't care about your personal space, like they just don't have manners. And those are the types of horses that never end up being beginner horses or horses for kids, or those horses will never be able to be handled by anyone except for their owner or their trainer. And that's what I try not to make my horses be, basically. I want my horses, whether they're my horses or horses that I'm training, I want my horses to be versatile. I want them to be flexible. I want to send these horses home or give them back to their trainer with manners, with respect. Because if I send them home knowing they have problems or giving them problems, first of all, the trainer's not going to be very happy with me. And what kind of job did I do if the horse is going home still with all these problems? Like, I could get somebody hurt. The horse could hurt somebody. Like, Star, for instance, the pony I'm training right now, they are intending to use her for their granddaughter after I'm done with her, and they're going to take her home, do a little more training, and want to use her eventually for their granddaughter. If Star continues to learn that she can just rip back whenever she doesn't want to do something, or if she's a little bit nervous, just straight going to the instinct of ripping back with all of her strength, do you think a little kid's ever going to be able to handle her? She's gonna pull that kid around everywhere she wants. Or if she doesn't get what she wants, if the kid is afraid of her, she's just gonna rip back. She can learn that that's a habit and that works. And I'm not gonna send her home with that kind of a problem, you know? So people are always like, oh my god, you're so mean to the horses. Like, you yanked on her halter. Yeah, because I'm teaching her that that's not okay to just rip back whenever she wants. And somebody commented like, she's not ripping back because she doesn't want to, or she's not doing it from attitude, she's doing it from fear. And I can understand what they're saying there, but also I know that part of it is not fear, because she knows how to lunge, she has been worked with before, she's been sitting, and she has been handled before. And so I know that most of that is not just because she's scared of me, because I can go up and pet her. Her eyes are not wide. She's not cringing away from me. She's not trying to get away from me. She's perfectly fine until I ask her for something, and then she rips back. Like, no, I don't want to do it. Like, if she was scared, her eyes would be big. She'd be like getting away from me. She doesn't do that. She just rips back. And that's not fear. Now, when I was working with her the other day, trying to put her bridle on, I went a little bit too fast. I'll admit I went faster than I should. And I put the bridle on her face and she ripped back like this, like, oh my god. Which I can understand. She probably was a little bit scared because she wasn't really sure what I wanted. So she instantly just ripped back. But I also want her to learn that even if she's nervous, she needs to stop and think about what I want. Don't just instantly, like, that's what she does. Like, that's instantly what she jumps to, is if I don't know what she wants, so I rip back. But I want her to get out of that habit and just sit and think about what I want. And if she really doesn't know, she can kind of, you know, pull her head back, but don't rip her whole body back, you know what I mean? Because that's kind of the stuff that is dangerous. Like, if a little kid was trying to do that, that would totally scare a little kid. But like, you know what I mean? So that's kind of what I'm going for with her with her whole ripping back thing. Somebody told me to do a video on Raleigh Link 14. It was on one of my last vlogs, but honestly, guys, I don't think I will probably do that. I mean, I could talk about my opinion all day, but I mean, and I'll answer your guys' questions if you have questions, but I don't feel like it's you know, adult-like of me to make a whole video explaining why I dislike somebody or why I think certain ways about someone. Like, that doesn't help anyone. That's not benefiting the equine community, which is what I'm here for. I'm not going to tell you guys don't go watch her videos or anything like that. If you have a certain opinion about her, you do. I have mine, but I'm not going to make a whole video about it. Like, if you guys have questions here and there, I'll surely answer them, but like, I don't feel like it's, you know, benefiting anyone for me to just make a big video about her. And that's just giving her more attention. Like, if I don't like somebody, I'm not just gonna like make a whole video about them, because like, what does that show? That means I love to talk about them and stuff, you know, and I don't really care that much. Also, a lot of people have commented on my Bertaley video about like, she hasn't visited her horse in like 2 months, what do you expect, and all this stuff. Like, guys, I don't watch their videos. That was just my initial opinion about what I thought of them getting a horse. I don't keep up with their stuff, just so you guys know. Anyway, I think I've talked your guys' ear off probably enough right now, so I will talk to you guys in my next video. Let me know if you have any video requests or questions or anything, and I will, excuse me, I will see you guys later. Bye.